how to save a little bit of money while doing woodworking. So what I ended up designing was a spatula that I carved out on the CNC machine. So I actually did two different ones. This one's walnut and this one's maple. And I think they both turned out really well. I used the same design for both of them. And this one cost me, actually they both cost me probably a couple cents each worth of lumber. And now, before we get out of control here, even free lumber is not free. Just because somebody gives something to you for free or at a very low cost, there is still a cost involved. If that cost is time and energy, that is a cost. So this walnut, I actually found somebody on a local marketplace, Facebook marketplace, that they were moving and they had cut down a walnut tree several years ago and they needed to get rid of this wood. And I went and took a look at the wood, and here's what they were selling. Straight up firewood. Yes, it was a walnut tree, but they cut it into just about 12-inch lengths and they just left it out in the weather, and so it had split and checked and cracked, and so it was to the point of, you know what, it just needs to be tossed. So I went and I picked up enough to fill up the back of my Sequoia for 20 bucks, because I figured, you know what, there may be something salvageable in there. And so I went in and I cut it and cut one of them in half with a chainsaw, and then milled it down a little bit with my bandsaw and whatnot. And this is what I came out with. As I suspected, a piece of wood that has checks coming and cracks coming about a third of the way in each side. So I sliced it up and I ended up using a piece of the other half of this to make blanks for this. Worked really well. It required a lot of little fixes with CA glue. I used the black Starbond to fill in the checks and splits to give it the structure it needed. Turned out to be a very beautiful piece. The other end of this was the maple. And you know what? People just don't give away maple. Or do they? If you know where you're looking, you can find free maple. I got a hit on Facebook last week. There was somebody that was looking to get rid of some cutoffs from flooring. Perfectly good maple wood. Problem is, as a small piece with the dovetail on each side, that doesn't leave you a whole lot of workable material. But if you notice, there is enough workable material in there to fit a spatula in there. And one good thing about this is, unlike the walnut, which I had to do individually, these I'm able to clip together, put a clamp on this side, clamp on this side, and I can mill 3 at a time. But that's what we're talking about today, is how to use this and this for, well, making some spatulas. So let's take a trip to the CNC and make some spatulas. Actually, let's hold off on the build video or the CNC video. I got it all compiled and put together, realized that I had a 4-minute wood video and a 14-minute carve video, and realized that you probably clicked on this because you wanted to see how to get cheap wood. If you want to see how to make the spatula, I'm going to put the build video together still and publish that separately, so hit the subscribe button and ring that bell and you'll see when that video comes across. Or one of the ways that I found these, here's your ending tip, thanks for sticking around, is flooring installers. They have this wood that they don't want to haul off, they don't want to take to the dump, and they don't want to have to hunt somebody down to sell it. So get in good with a local flooring installer in your area and let them know that you will come to them with a garbage can and pick up the wood when they're done with their project. Then you get the call, you go pick it up, you've got the wood, and saves them the time, win-win scenario. So Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.